Nobody needs classical music. Nobody needs visual arts. Nobody needs philosophers. It's an exaggerated statement, but that's the sad reality of today's world that we live in. And even going back several centuries, look at all the successful artists that we know about, composers. All of them had patrons. They were all court musicians or had sponsorship by the court, by the princes and the kings, and on their own, no sculptor would be able to really make a successful living. No composer would be able to make a successful living, and that's the sad reality that arts and all these other impractical things, unpragmatic things, are not needed. In today's world, classical music is extinct. It's completely extinct. It's hanging by a thread. And the only way we still have concerts and classical stations is we have sponsors, because just a very small percentage of the population feels the need to make sure that various art forms are not completely dying off. Look at jazz. Jazz was created organically in America through various kind of cultural things: the African drumming, the Native American kind of melodies, the blues scales, etc. And it just organically was created, and it's a uniquely American thing. Even though jazz is played all over the world, it's a uniquely American thing. But at one point, rock and roll came and jazz died. It's dead. You know why it's dead? Because it's being taught in universities. Now you can go to your Manhattan School of Music, Juilliard even, and get a degree in jazz. It's institutionalized. It's no longer organically being heard and kind of permeated. It's being taught. It's been formalized. It's become theorized. What's next? Are they going to 100 years from now offer degrees in rapping, rhyming? So just it's an absurd thing. Jazz is dead. Classical music is dead. Visual arts are almost dead. Nowadays, visual arts are not very visually pleasing to begin with. But the point is, here's my message to the youngsters who are about to apply to colleges. You need to understand the supply and demand. If you are completely careless and you just follow your passion, then follow your passion and expect to be broke. Expect to be a bartender or a waiter with your literature degree, or your women's studies degree, or your philosophy degree, or your classical music degree. Because the sad reality is that the number of people who make it in these various areas of the liberal arts, the number is very pathetically small, and it's only shrinking because nobody needs that stuff. You can't really, it's not like we need plumbers, we need construction workers, we need truck drivers, we need computer programmers, we need lawyers, we need doctors, veterinarians. But what are you gonna do with your fiddle? It's just provide enjoyment to a bunch of grandma and grandpa aged people. I'm a classical musician, and I have a right to talk about this. I enjoy music as a hobby. It's not a cheap hobby, it's actually an expensive hobby, but I do enjoy it. I love classical music, and it's a great outlet for me, has always been to blow off some steam, go play some music, classical music, non classical music, but it's not really something that I can do for a living, maybe because I'm not that amazingly good at it. But college level kids are delusional. They have been told that you should just follow whatever you like to do. Follow your heart. And then when they graduate with a bunch of student loans and nobody needs their uh, subpar skills that they obtain at a community college or a city college or even a state college. Yeah, you can get your degree in classical music performance, but you just suck. So you just wasted a bunch of money on something, doing something that you enjoy and you followed your heart, but you can't get any jobs because you suck at it. And even if you don't suck, it's so competitive out there to be an artist, to be a musician. So who needs that stuff? Who needs historians? All the books have been written already. We have Wikipedia. The percentage of the population that will make a career out of all those liberal arts is very small. So think practically. Think about your future. Think about making a living as opposed to just being almost borderline homeless with your degree that you wasted all that money on that nobody needs. That's it.